Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Velocity Sellers Podcast. I am your host, Velocity Pete, and today we're going to be talking about how you can deal with Amazon deals. I stole Eric's line before we started recording. He made that joke. I'll give him full credit. I went from one comic to another. Today we're talking about coupons and discounts and all the other types of Amazon deals that you can get into as a seller. I'm joined today by, again, two regular faces. We've got Eric Peterson, Director of Brand Management here at Velocity, along with Lisa Zadell, our Executive Director. So, like I said, we're talking about dealing with deals, dealing with coupons, discounts, strike-through prices, all of them. Eric, can you give us a quick list of, I know I kind of just did that, but can you give us a quick list of what the discounts are and what kind of deals are out there for sellers?
There's kind of a different deal for different situations, depending on the category, depending on the seller, depending on the situation. It really depends on what your motives and goals are as well. There's several different ways you can do different things or different promotions on Amazon. There are, Prime exclusive discounts. There's going to be coupons. There's just going to be all kinds. You can do like a regular, SKU level / through price. It's a simple concept. Yeah, discount my product, and then we're going to make some sales, or you're going to make it more desirable for a customer to try your product and things like that. But it kind of depends on what your goals are. Some work better than others. Some may be high risk. Some do have some cost. Some have more of a, some more conversion rate kind of stuff. Some have, hey, I want to get the buy box. So again, it kind of just really depends. I'm probably way overcomplicating what you intended that question to be, but there are sort of promotions for almost all situations on Amazon. But like the big ones, you're gonna want to have is you want to mix in on the big events, right? The Prime Day in July, Prime Day in October. You got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and everything in between. We just came off of a spring sale that wasn't I guess, as public as some of the other deals or other events that Amazon does have. I did have some clients mix in on that. It was very successful for them. That did fit that spring kind of, either do it yourself or kind of like the warm weather kind of stuff, though they did well. But I guess now I'm getting long-winded here, so I guess I can pass it over to Lisa and see if she has any high-level thoughts on the promotions on Amazon.
So there's also just sale prices and, there's coupons, but that seems to be not as popular these days. Lightning deals, which I think also has somewhat declined in popularity unless it's a very big sale event. And so there's all kinds of different promotions in the toolbox depending on your category and your product, and also your competition, right? So we want to always be, watching what our competitors are doing and trying to do better than they are. So if they're using a coupon, maybe we'll do a Prime exclusive or whatever it might be. So a lot of our promotions are tailored specifically against competitors.
I'm kind of interested to hear stuff about what you both said. Is it like a rock, paper, scissors situation, Lisa, where if they're using a lightning deal, you should use a coupon, and if they're using a markdown, you should use a lightning deal? Is it kind of like there's a counter almost for each individual coupon, or is it if you see your competitors doing big coupons, should you be doing a big coupon as well? Should you fight fire with fire?
Yeah. So I think it comes down to the product, the product itself, as well as the category that you're in. But one of the worst things that we could do is have our competitor doing a promotion and we are at regular price, right? That is where you could get really crushed on big events. And we're also seeing where prices are being implemented a couple days before the sale event. So, and also, how much should you discount? Does your competitor go 40% off, but you're only 25%? Well, that's going to have an impact. I think, if they're doing a coupon, whatever promotional strategy you think is best, just as long as you're kind of like fighting on price, right? Because we know that lower price products on certain events are going to get pushed a little higher in rank for that time period.
Interesting. And Eric, you had mentioned earlier that there's different situations for the different deals. Like, can you give me an example or two of like why one would work better in a situation than the other one?
Yeah, let's get in the weeds. Let's do it. Okay, so like let's say if you got let's say your product is like $7.99, right? You probably don't have enough margin to go into a Prime exclusive discount. I believe there's a certain percentage of discount to be eligible for a Prime exclusive discount. So maybe, with your Amazon fee, your cost of goods, your shipping, and all that kind of stuff, maybe you only have like $2 of profit after you make a sale. So you can't like participate in some of these, some of these events because they're going to require you to be at a certain percentage off. So in this case, a coupon might be good. So if you have a $7.99 product or $7.99 product, you do a coupon for 50 cents. 50 cents is a big deal on $7.99. Or if you do $1, right? So then that gives you a little bit more margin, or it gives you a black margin instead of a red. So like that's one situation. If you're looking for, if your competitor isn't doing, or your competitor is not doing anything, and you guys are sort of ranking side by side on a keyword, a coupon is a good way to just kind of give you a little bit of extra visibility on search. Because when a customer starts, their search to buy something, they're going to go to Amazon, they're going to type in, thing. And then your stuff is going to be side by side. And when you're scrolling through search, you're going to have different things. So like a coupon's going to show you a green badge. Well, that's going to catch my eye. Oh, that's on sale. I'm going to click in. Whereas if you were to go like an ASIN level or a SKU level sales promotion where you do like a slash through, I'm sure everybody's kind of seen that in the past, where a slash through price, that doesn't really give you a color flag. So when you do like a Prime exclusive discount, I believe that's a green flag. That's a red. And then the coupon's green. So the coupon's green. There's a red for Prime exclusive. And then a slash shoe doesn't have a color. And then a lightning deal, I think, is also red, if I remember right. So different.
That sounds correct.
Yes.
That sounds correct.
So different promotions
color-wise
will have different like visual, eye-catching things to get butts in the seat. So the other thing that you can do is you can double down, right? You can do a promo price where you slash your product and then also add a coupon. I mean, that's a sweet looking deal on the consumer side. So there's different things that you can kind of do. There's also like business price. So I've been messing around with business pricing lately. So with a customer that has a business account, so like if I'm a salon or an office and I'm going to buy, products for our business, if you as a seller add a business price with a tiered discount, I think we've kind of talked about that in the past, but you can offer different discounts. That's actually going to give you a blue badge. So when I'm in my business account searching, it's going to show a blue badge and it's going to say 5% off 5. And then if I click in there, I'll be like, ooh, that's a hot deal. I actually needed 20 rolls of toilet paper or something like that, right? So I go in there looking for that hot deal. And then it's actually going to kind of show up like a variation depending on what those tiers look like in that business profile. But anyway, I've just kind of long-winded just saying that what we're trying to do here is to bring more attention to your listing than your competitor. And so one last strategy too is if you have your product launch, you might want to have, since you're going to enroll in Vine, but nobody's actually going to buy your product until you get some of those reviews. And to entice those early adopters, you could give a discount or do a huge coupon, let's say 40% off. You might be in the red, run it for a couple of weeks or maybe a week or whatever you can handle at a loss to get more people to, be happy when they purchase that product. It's a low risk because you've given it a really big discount, and now more product in people's hands could potentially bring you more reviews and set you up for success. So it's a short-term loss for a long-term gain.
And I know I would think that those reviews that you get and just the more traffic would help increase your ranking, your organic ranking on your keywords. And that would be more, like you said, more valuable long-term than like, okay, like I can take, a slight hit to my margin, for increased ranking to then maybe after the sale's over, someone finds me organically for full price, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, sweet, you know,
But
make some more money there.
Everybody's got a
So-
friend, right? Everybody's got that one friend who doesn't shut up about a hot deal, right? And so now they're talking. You give somebody a 40% off on a like a desirable product, they're not going to shut up about it. They're gonna write an Amazon review. This was great. It was 40% off, and then they're just gonna keep talking. You're gonna get more people in. So it's not always what you can quantify on Amazon with those, you know, I mean, it is, but it isn't. But there is other, you know, good ways to bring people to your listings, even though you can't quantify it exactly, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does. I get you there.
The item that I watch that I can never shut up about is butter. So when butter goes on sale, I just like tell everybody that I know. So it is definitely the same way on Amazon.
Interesting.
Let's time out
I
for a
didn't
second.
even-
We got to explore this.
What,
Lisa, are
Hi,
you
guys.
buying like as much butter as possible on the deal and then putting it in your freezer and then
Yes. How did you know? That was like from my mother and my mother's mother. It's like a family thing that we freeze butter. I don't
Yes.
know why.
Yes, my family does the same thing, and they're like, you got enough
That's-
butter? You should take some butter before you leave. So, yeah. Anyway,
do you have enough butter?
Totally.
Oh man, wow! I can't say that I have done that. But we definitely like buying in bulk, so I could see how that would affect maybe some other things besides butter. But still very interesting. Okay. So we've gotten into the weeds a little bit about what the coupons are and what benefit each one of them has a little bit. Talking about how to set them up, simple stuff. You know, you would think. I know there is a coupon page, but even that's not as simple. Eric, what are the ways you can go about setting up these different deals?
it's pretty simple. Like if you go into the little hamburger on the top left, drop down in advertising, there's going to be a deals tab. Let me actually just like can't really remember from memory too good. So it's in the average. It's
check.
we're gonna do a live check exactly. So it's under deals. That'll give you your lightning deal and your best deal, you know, that stuff. Then there's gonna be promotions. That's gonna give you some off Amazon social media links that we kind of brushed over those. But we can kind of explore those, Pete, if you want. And then the coupons are there, and then your Prime exclusive discounts. Now, each one of those is going to have its own like sort of like hub, and it's going to have its own sort of, you know, style of setting up. But like if we go back to just like a regular cross through promotion can happen two different ways. So if you go into your ASIN, so go to inventory management, click edit, and then there's going to be an actual tab under the offer. It'll say your price, list price, sale price. And then under the sale price, there's going to be two dates, start date, end date. And all you got to do is put that number in there, start date, end date, hit save, you're off to the races. Now, if you have your price and list price, you can also skip doing the sale. And if you just adjust your price, and if it's lower than the list price, and if you've had enough sales on that product for Amazon to reference your list price, if you lower your price, it will have a slash through as well with no end date. I hope that makes sense for everybody. So there's two different price. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah,
Pete,
wow.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, wow.
I don't recommend that you guys do that. I know it's like an old strategy, you know, from like, you know, I don't know, 2006 to just like raise your price, put it on sale, and then it looks like it's on sale all the time. Amazon now is doing a thing. It's pretty new. I think it's called typical price. So Amazon's going to call you out in front of the customer. If you're always on sale, it will say typical price. And if that typical price matches your sale price, you are exposed. Yeah, so it's almost like the
Wow.
Menards 11% off sale. You know, you don't actually go to Menards on regular price because they do 11% off every other day. So it's going to be something similar. You're going to be damaging your brand integrity. So just keep in mind, you know, just going on sale to go on sale, it is fine, but it can also be, you know, damaging your brand. It can possibly, like, you know, if you're a premium level, people will just be like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for the next sale if you're consistently just going on sale. And there's plenty of third-party apps, like Honey and Camel. You can go there as a customer and you can see what that ASIN was doing, and you can see if you're getting a good deal or not. This is a good tool for consumers when they're looking at like TVs and stuff. So like on Black Friday when things are like, oh, it's on sale, I got a hot deal. And it's like, oh, wait, no, I don't. It's been on that price the whole year except for recently. So just know that customers are smart and they can tell, they can sniff out a bad deal. So be mindful of that. I guess I'm going down the line here. So like the ASIN level, you do it from the strike through is like an ACE level. And then if you go to like coupons, there's a new coupon dashboard. I have not messed around with it yet too much. I've done the regular coupon, but there is, I'm going to it right now. There's a standard coupon, which is like the old way. And then we have a subscribe and save coupon and a reorder coupon, which I believe targets people that have ordered in the past or haven't ordered recently or whatever. So I haven't messed around with those two, the sub and save or the reorder yet. I think this has been new within the last month or two, but standard is my go-to. But I'm hogging the time, so I'm going to pass it over to Lisa for the other ones.
Yeah, so one thing that I did want to point out is after you get your promotions in, they can, especially if you're using like Prime Exclusive Discount and some of the other ones where they will go off of sale because of a reference price. And so we always want to, after they're set up, we want to check them periodically and always the day before an event and then actually the day of the event. What we've seen is a third party can come in to that listing with a lower price and take your item off of sale, right? That's happened to you, Eric?
Yeah, somebody just hijacks the buy box. Is that what you're mentioning? Just like if
Yes.
you put it on, yeah. Another, if we're talking about another big problem, and maybe you were going to mention this, Lisa, so I'm sorry if I hijack, is that double discount is a thing. Be careful. So if you add an ASIN level sale and then you do a Prime Exclusive discount, so if you do 20% on the ASIN level, 20% on the Prime Exclusive, that is going to be a 40% discount. Hold on. There it is. I knew it was coming. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, you guys.
What?
I could feel him. Did you guys not hear him screaming?
No.
Oh God, he was like charging up. I was like, oh
Yeah,
God,
pretty
here comes the beagle. I was like, get out of here. They're screaming. They're yelling
pretty good,
upstairs. So sorry about that, guys. Go ahead.
You're good. We came here. Pretty
Yeah,
good noise cancellation on that thing.
See, FOMO. I'm going to tell everybody
There
about
you
it.
go.
These are my butter. These are my butters.
Yeah. This is the butter. That's great. Well, we kind of got into it a little bit, but I wanted to finish up here a little bit with talking about why coupons might not be always your best solution. Might not be, always sometimes worth it. Eric, you mentioned a little bit about like a premium brand. Like if I'm Balenciaga, is that a brand? I was gonna say Gucci, but I feel like that's always overused. I don't know fashion. All my clothes are thrifted. If I am Polo, that's a fancy brand that I know. If I'm Polo, I'm not going to be wanting to do all of these coupons all year round because then someone's just going to say, like you said, I'm going to wait for the next discount. Or why are they discounting all this stuff? Is it bad? Is it bad product? Maybe a better example would have just been Gucci because I feel like they're so high end that they never do discounts because they know people are going to pay full price for it. So what are other ways that coupons might negatively affect your brand or maybe sometimes even your profit to the point where it's not worth it?
Well, coupons, so what ends up happening with coupons is like when you run them, there's two different metrics. There's going to be a clip and then there's a redemption. So a clip is basically when they check the box. So it'll say like 5% off, $5 off, whatever that's going to be. A clip is them clicking the little check box, on the listing that says I'm clipping this coupon. And then they have to follow through with redeeming it, right? Clip redemption, So they have to buy the product. So oftentimes what will end up happening is you'll get like five gazillion clips, 2 redemptions, right? So when you kind of run some of these promos, like I wouldn't like bank on a coupon doing well in like Prime Day. Let's put a little asterisk there. Depends on your category, depends on your product, depends on, your brand and stuff. So I would run a few tests to see if it actually, people want a coupon, or if your customer chases that coupon. But going back to it, so once they redeem it, it costs 60 cents. So you're down 60 cents per redemption, plus the cost of the sale, plus your COGS, plus whatever. So like with like my example, when it's like $7.99, you gotta put in that 60 cents also is gonna be charged to you. So in that regard, it's an additional cost to run a coupon. But if you're a premium brand, it can cheapen it. Like, hey, this is supposed to be premium and it's 30% off. And if your polo shirt is usually $100 and all of a sudden now it's $30, people are going to go, what's wrong with this shirt? You know what I mean? Like, so you got to kind of keep that in mind. So be smart about it. And I'm sure like if you're running sales on your website, running sales on your social media, you probably have certain parameters or standards, and you should follow those same standards and parameters on Amazon. So that way you keep your, integrated marketing communication plan and all that good stuff. But I don't know if I'm answering your question exactly, Pete. Is that kind of what you're looking for? Or?
No, yeah, that was exactly what I wanted to hear, especially with the coupon thing. I feel like that is all I've heard about when I was a brand manager, and even still today, is that coupons are like, I maybe you use them with the strike through price to kind of get like both on there to get like, hey guys, like check out our good deal. I just feel like coupons are never, in my opinion, I feel like I've never had any success with them. Very, very little. And maybe things have changed since I was a brand manager many, many moons ago. But I just feel like strike through prices are always the way to go, because don't they show up like on the search results page? It says, hey, like this price is discounted now. There's a big red line through it. Whereas coupons aren't really as visible
No,
unless
the
you
coupons
click on
have
the
the green
listing.
badge. They'll show up right on search. Yep.
Oh, they do have that now. That's
don't
right.
really have the slash through are the lowest key. So I think Amazon wants you to do like the Prime exclusive to push you to Prime users to buy your product. So that's going to get the green, or God, I keep screwing that up. I think it's the red badge, and then the coupon's the green badge. I don't believe, you know what, I'm not even going to mention it, but I would have to double check, but I don't know if you can do coupon and Prime, but I think you actually can. You can double sale with a coupon. But if you do a promotion, that's what it is. So sorry, everybody. So if you do a promotion where you're doing like, I think it's like a buy one, get one or whatever, and then you try to do a Prime exclusive, those two will fight and you'll error out on the Prime exclusive. It'll say you're already in a Prime deal. So be mindful of that. So I think Lisa mentioned that you always want to double check that stuff, because what can also happen is some of these parameters, and I know I'm all over the place, but the Prime exclusive discount, you have to be like the lowest price, I believe, in the last 30 days. And I think maybe this is what you were mentioning, Lisa, where if a competitor comes in and then drops the price, they can screw up your Prime exclusive. I think that's what you were referencing earlier. So my mistake, I misunderstood. But that now it makes sense. Now it's all coming together, Lisa. We're back to 20 minutes ago or whatever it is. So So yes, your competitors can tank it because of or if you accidentally do a price drop, or if you just do a slash through because you wanted to get some sales before that Prime Day event, that can have dramatic effects, because now you'll have to go 20% below that lowest price in the last 30 days.
Yeah, and if I can hop in there, Pete, I think that our shoppers on Amazon are not wanting to do the mathematical calculation of a coupon. And then so, they're moving very quickly. Sometimes they're on a phone. And so to me, I always like to just see what am I going to really pay without having to do that calculation. And then also, coupons do not allow you to keep the featured offer. So if you have other sellers on that listing and you do a coupon, but they do a slash through price, they might be able to grab the featured offer or buy box from you, depending on the strategy that they take. So and coupons do not, even though you might have a lower price, it's not increasing. Like if someone is sorting their search by price, you will not sort because the actual price is in the shopping cart and not on the product detail page. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a good call out because a coupon will not impact your buy box. So if you have an obnoxious seller and you want buy box, you'll have to use a different promo instead of a coupon. And then I just learned that too recently that lightning deals are the same. So if you have resellers or if you're down, let's say Walmart has a lower price or somebody off Amazon competitive price has your offer display down, then you're like, you know what, I'll do a lightning deal and then it'll activate my offer display and then I'll make sales. It does not. So you'll have to do a price or like a slash through or a Prime exclusive discount to get the buy box. But then
Very interesting. Well,
sorry,
this is
Pete,
what I
I'm
was
gonna go
hoping
on. I'm just chatty Kathy today. So
Keep going.
to go back to the premium brand stuff, you can I should mention that if you have a lot of sellers, like, so if you're a polo brand and you do have, like, let's say 20 people selling your shirt, if you decide that you're going to go on sale, your other seller is going to go on sale, and then now you lose a buy box and you're going to be like, oh, that screws everything up, and now I'm going to go lower, and then you're just racing to the bottom, and that can also damage your brand. So be careful with that as well. But it's also a good strategy if you want to lose those 3 Ps, but I won't get into that too much. So go ahead, Pete. Sorry, back to you.
No, that was perfect. So this is exactly what I was hoping to get. Some tips and tricks for our viewers on maybe a lesser known. I always say about every topic we talk about, but I feel like all of this stuff is very foreign to maybe some beginner sellers, maybe even some like medium level sellers that don't know, okay, I can do all these kind of different discounts. This one works better here. This one works better there. So that's perfect. I wanted to finish off with asking you both, starting with Lisa, what is the coupon we see at Velocity the most success with? What is one that old reliable, if you will, that we always say, okay, we need to run a deal. This is what we're doing.
I still feel like Prime exclusive discounts are very, very important to your overall promotional strategy. We know that Prime customers love to get, I just ordered something, I got it same day. And so you could be eliminating someone that does not have that doesn't pay for Prime. And there are those people. So you just have to be careful of the strategy that you use. But Prime exclusive is my favorite. Eric, what's yours?
Same. Absolutely. Hands down. 100% same. And like not to, have all the FBM sellers out there being sad about it. Like you can now do Prime exclusive with because before in the past it had to be only FBA, but now FBM sellers can join the Prime exclusive discounts as well. So if you were an old seller and you thought you couldn't, now you can. So check that out. And I think it actually might have changed to 15% instead of 20%, but I have to double check that. I'm checking it right now. But yeah, Prime exclusive is hands down the best. Go ahead, Lisa. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. I know we were winding it up, but one of the other things that I've had an issue with lately is having multiple SKUs on one ASIN. And if that SKU is FBA and FBM, it can actually cause sometimes your promotion, especially Prime exclusive discount, to error out. And sometimes we can have 3 or 4 SKUs on an ASIN. So if your promo, if you go in and you check and it's not functioning properly and you have multiple SKUs on that ASIN, then you might want to check that out.
Yeah, good insight. Wow. Eric, did you find that number?
Sorry. I was just totally started listening to Lisa. I was like, wow, she's captivating. Let's see here. Must be 10% off the non-Prime member, non-promotional price. So that's actually down to 10%, it looks like. So, but just double check. It'll tell you. So when you create that discount, it'll tell you like, hey, this needs to be lower. Other pro tips too, where if you have like if for a safety net, if you do like a minimum price, if you have your minimum price, just in case you've been having like team members mess up pricing and stuff, and so that'll shut the listing down if it goes below the minimum price. So when you set up your sales discounts, make sure you're checking your minimum prices before that day of the event. might be 6 hours into the event and you realize that you shut your listing down because the your parameters that you have kicked on and shut the listing down because they didn't, because you set it up so it wouldn't be below a certain number. So make sure you're watching that as well.
Sweet. Well, guys, this is another amazing episode. Any final thoughts on Amazon, on dealing with Amazon deals for our viewers?
Yes.
What I'd like to...
go.
Sorry,
Nope.
you go ahead first.
You go ahead. You want me to go? Or you want to go?
You go first because my dog's overhead.
Okay. So I'll go. So like, if you're new to Amazon and you're a new seller, don't just rush into this stuff. Just try a few things. You don't, like, if Prime Day is coming up, or Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you're gonna get sales just by having items online, right? There's gonna be a little bit of a lift because everybody is frothing at the mouth to get a good deal and shop on Amazon on those big days. You're gonna get a little bit of a lift, so don't be too concerned about like, oh, my price is too low or not low enough or this or this. Just try a few things. Just try $1 off for a week or two. See how that goes. Try a coupon. Try Prime exclusive. Try a lightning deal. Just remember, like, some of those like the deal section does cost extra money. Like a lightning deal will cost you $150 to participate, and then so you got to work that into your margin. But just try experiment with some things. You're gonna learn a lot as you kind of move through. See if the conversion rate goes up. Just try some stuff. What I don't want you to do is just run out and be like, I got to put 20% or I got to be 40% for this big event. Things can go bad, and then also one last thing too, is if you're going to do a promotion, make sure that you have your inventory ready for that. Make sure that things are lined up logistically to support that, because the last thing that you want to do is just blow out of your inventory, because now you're going to impact your BSR while you try to get more inventory, or, just forward think and be mindful of that.
That's great advice, Eric. What I like to do is plan out my promotional strategy either by quarter or for the year, because we have to be mindful of our minimum prices and where we're at. And some sale events are more impactful than others. And so make a calendar, and, whenever ASINs, you're doing as your promotional strategy, that could also, you can have on your calendar tracker for your top competitor or your top competitor's ASINs. That way you're planning it out over time, and it's easier to manage when you're looking at a bigger picture versus, taking it like one event at a time.
Agreed. Yeah, I like that idea of planning them all out and saying, all right, our product is very seasonal. We're going to run a big discount in our season, and then some smaller discounts, for the rest of the year.
Real quick, sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. There's just so much to talk about, you guys. Real quick, pro tip to piggyback on what Lisa's saying. There's nothing stopping you from building out an emailer to your website customers from your email list or social media. And then if you do that, make an attribution link in the Amazon ads section, and then use that attribution link, and then you can get a referral bonus off that with the sale. Now you're driving new traffic into the listing, and then that's going to trigger an organic sale coming from somewhere else, and it's the perfect storm. So try to consider that into your marketing mix.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's
I love the brand. Yeah, I love the brand referral bonus.
It's like the best bonus.
Stuff's great. Yeah, very easily. Well, guys, I want to thank you both for being on another episode. I appreciate you coming on and giving us your insight. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm Velocity Pete, and we will see you next week.